outside of Lifetime Biltmore in Arizona trying to figure out if I want to deadlift or squat. My mind has been on squat pretty much the whole week, so I'm probably going to go ahead and do that. I've been doing pretty heavy lifting for the last 14, 15 weeks. It's been pretty heavy lifting. I went through some sporadic periods where I lifted light, higher volume, and I like doing both. I haven't competed in a year, a little bit over a year. Last time I competed, I took second place at the NPC Samson Showdown for light heavyweight bodybuilding, and I went on to do that summer powerlifting meet, maybe 3 or 4 months after that. So I completed those 2 fitness goals. Right now, I'm kind of in limbo state. Don't really know what I want to do, and that's unusual for me. Whether I'm recording videos, putting vlogs out, editing other people's videos, running to and fro, doing 15 different things. You guys know me. What stays consistent is powerlifting and bodybuilding. And the baseline of that is the foundation of those two are weightlifting. So the stimulus of muscle tissue, stimulus of muscle fibers to recruit strength and to grow and recruit growth. And that's what is number one for me. That will never die. I can be 45 years old, 50 years old. I'm still going to be doing it. As heavy as hard as I'm doing it now, probably not. But for number one reason for the feeling of strength, feeling of being in control, and the feeling of power and progress. That's why I like it. The body shape for me, the ego behind that is dying a little bit. So, because I'm almost 30, so I'm realizing like I don't care about 6-pack abs or, shapely shoulders or delts or, bigger this or bigger that. If I'm not gonna be on stage, what does that matter? So right now it's just I'm in a kind of a weird state, like almost like purgatory, where I'm between hell and heaven, where I don't know, what my purpose is in the gym. So I think for now I just have a lot of fun. I just have fun, put on some weight, and see what I can do. Other than that, I mean, there's no big update. Around 215 pounds, 5'10". That's where my body likes to be. I've made significant improvements on my shape, the sculpt of my body. I have a lot more lines and maturity and density to my muscle. But, to showcase that is a whole nother level of commitment that I'm probably not willing to take, because I have a daughter now, I have work and other stressors that I'm trying to balance out right now. It is a love of mine. I don't have a day where I don't wake up thinking about it. I don't have a day where it goes by where I'm not watching motivational videos by the few channels that are out there. But for right now, I am in that state of just, it's like bliss and torture at the same time, where I don't know why I continue to go in here and push myself to the way I push myself. So yeah, I think what I'm doing right now is I'm speaking, and I'm trying to get my voice back out there, because I started vlogging back in 2013, I believe it was. My first video, 2013, so 7 plus 2. It's about 9 years of videos that I've been doing, and back then I had this crazy drive and purpose to be as big as possible, and I had that rush. I was a teenager. But now that ego has dropped down a little bit, and I'm getting a little bit older, and I'm recognizing that it's just I have a different mindset. So I'm back on here. I'm speaking again. I'm making videos just a little bit more, less complicated, more simplicity to it all. I'm holding an iPhone instead of, a tripod with a camera. It costs $2,000, and hiring videographers to come out and spending all my money on that. So it's just gonna be a little bit different, but I think through this, I'm gonna eventually find out what my purpose is, or at least a small piece of my purpose, because weightlifting is my gift. So I know that utilizing my gift, utilizing my voice, my written word, will eventually reach someone somehow. And just because I don't see it doesn't mean that it is not going to manifest into something that I've never could imagine, if that makes sense. So we're gonna go ahead and probably gonna squat. So we're gonna see where we're at today. I'm like 400 pounds plus usually every session, as usual. If I'm not doing 405 for a few reps for a session, then that means I'm either tired, fatigued, or I should probably just back down. But we'll see what we got today. Leg workout is complete. I feel complete. I feel accomplished. I feel like that leg workout was a success. That's how it is normally every time. I would say the intensity was probably like a 7.58. I'll try to keep it around that range so I can recover, so I don't have too much oxidative stress going into my week, because the way I work right now, it's a very physical job, so I'm not trying to burn myself out too much. I push myself to a good limit. I reach a ceiling. Sometimes I may crack through that, but to be honest, I've been taking like the Dorian Yates method and taking that last set to push past any limits that I do have, instead of training like I used to train, where every single set was pushing past my limit. And then throughout the week, I lacked recovery or I burned out and I hated the gym. So I'm much more mature, I'm stronger, I'm natural, and I'm stronger. I think it has to do with my mindset and just my overall maturity and experience. It's kind of like someone who's consistently in a field. They continue to practice and learn and they get skilled, and then it just comes second nature. That's why you see the top pros, like for instance Tom Brady or Tiger Woods, they just stroke it, they throw it. It's LeBron James, Stephen Curry, it's easy, it goes right in. The rookies have to practice that consistency to build that skill set, and for me, that was easy. You know, a lot of people that are maybe watching this aren't pro bodybuilders, so they may see, you know, me doing those kind of things and going, wow. But in all, it's people do that every day, and there are a lot of people who do more than that every day. But for me, that isn't a full-fledged accomplishment. I loved what I just did. I love what I accomplished, and I try to accomplish a little bit more every single workout. So every leg workout, I try to do 5 or 10 extra pounds on squat and leg press. I try to at least go the same amount of plates or 1 plate more than I did last time. So that's the way I measure progress, and it feels great. I've been switching it up, and I've been doing legs once a week, and that has enabled me to recover throughout the week, and my legs just grow. I mean, they've been growing, doing it one time a week, that heavy, that intense, that volume, instead of doing super lunges, superset with quad extensions, superset with leg press, running and sprinting and cycling and doing all this cardio. It's just, I just kind of tame my legs once a week to once a week, and they grow. They have been developing. So that strength is there, the muscle maturity is there, the density and the roundness is coming into play. And I don't have to be on stage. I just like the way it feels and looks. When I wear sweats, when I wear jeans, my legs are slimmer. I have slimmer athletic build. I don't have thick, thick calves, thick quads. I wasn't blessed with leg genetics, but as you can see, if you watch the video, my legs are strong, and I no longer have to promote that or push that. I've always struggled with my leg size mentally, but to be honest with you, I lack care about the size now because I see the strength and the progression in the weight room, and I love weightlifting first and foremost, secondary bodybuilding, and then third powerlifting. So with that being said, I mean, it was a success, and I enjoyed every little bit of it. I think that lifting heavy has a lot of benefits: testosterone, sexual health, vitality. The base of your body is your legs, so when your legs are stronger, you're stronger as a man or a woman. The shape of your legs make you just appear stronger. The way you walk, you're more pronounced. Mentality, it was very, very difficult, like the leg press you saw, like all that weight coming down on you, you press it back up. You gotta have a certain mentality to be able to first of all sit down and allow that weight to come onto your body, and trust that you have the strength to push it back up. And that's the same thing with squat. You have to trust, especially with me, I don't really use spotters. I've been hitting like my powerlifting numbers without spotters, which is funny because the mentality behind a spotter to me is that you need help, therefore you lack the strength. And sometimes it's not that mentality for me. Sometimes I do want help and it pushes me further. But in the way I've been training lately, as no spot, I go down, I trust myself to come back up, and that builds this strength. Therefore the weight can increase as well. So, I mean, I've learned a lot over the last 12 years of training, and I think I'm in the second phase of it. We go through little mini phases, but this is a macro phase. I should say little micro phases. Micro phases can be, you win a show at 23, you take that break, you have a little learning lessons, and you venture off into this and come back. And I mean, big macro lessons, like being 20 to 30, that's that gap of my life where that's a macro gap, I guess we can say a macro bracket. And then 30 to 40 will be the next macro bracket, and then 40 to 50 I won't be training as intense, but that'll be next health and fitness macro bracket. And right now I'm in a new macro bracket, a new phase 2 of my training and in my fitness life, and I don't know where it will lead me, but I know that I'm more mature and I'm stronger. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the basic video, not too much flash to it. That's how I usually train my legs. If it's not heavy, I don't waste my time. I'm not doing 20-30 sets or 20-30 reps, drop sets. It's not grueling sweat and pain. I no longer believe in that because I feel like the level of stress that my body can tolerate, I take it to where I can tolerate it. I take it to where I can feel good with that stress, but I don't want to overdo it. It's kind of like, when you do something too much, it becomes a negative. You want to do something just the right amount or just above the right amount to receive that benefit, because sometimes when you go too far, the opposite actually happens. The opposite effect of what you're striving to achieve happens. So I'll leave with that note. This is Justin Parker. I'm a weightlifter primarily, bodybuilder second. I love strength training. So leave it at that, all right?